my rebellious phase was kind of different. My rebellious phase was a phase where I would get annoyed of I guess I wasn't vulnerable in front of my mother. And so I would get annoyed from her wanting me to like read scriptures in front, or me to pray at the dinner table. Like, or even at night if I was listening to a sermon, I literally would go, if I heard her walking up the stairs, I would go and turn it off and act like I was asleep. And then when she would walk out of the room, I'd turn it back on. It wasn't a stage where we spoke of personal things. And my relationship with God, of course, was the most personal thing to me. So I wanted it to be my own thing. I grew up an athlete. Started off playing 3 sports, baseball, basketball, and soccer. And then when I got more serious, I started focusing on soccer and basketball. And in my relationships with athletes, not only my teammates, but also with opponents, as well as how I conducted myself on the field or on the court, I really always tried to represent the Lord in my actions and my reactions, in my words, and even to the point of high expectations with my competitiveness, with how hard I trained in terms of level of excellence I wanted to perform on. But then also being in a place where God could take control of my performance. And that was something I did for myself. It wasn't something that I necessarily did for other people at one point in time. I did it because that was my way of escaping everything going on in my life at that time. Everything going on at home, everything going on in my life. When I got into a competitive mode, it was just like the world was just shut off. And it was just me and God. And we were just...
You took him out onto the field with you?
Take him out on the field with me and began every practice, every game with prayer, and ended it. And even our teams did. Our teams began and ended with prayer. And it was something important to me. And then I started actually having conversation with other players in terms of my teammates who were affected by something that they experienced from me on the field or on the court. And then later in college, I started getting inbox messages on Facebook, and these messages were from people that I used to play against in high school, and they would tell me that whatever it was that shed off of me to them made them question things, and made them seek something more and something further, and they ended up giving their lives to Christ. And those are people that I never even realized were watching me as we were competing against each other. The majority of the family, it was pretty quick, because most of the time they would always say I love you to me, but I wouldn't necessarily say it back.
So you were...
I was the one on that side. Definitely, that was a challenge for me. And then it got to the point of me starting to talk to my father a little more. And that, was another thing. In terms of, just being vulnerable, and it took us a really long time to get to a place of saying I love you. It was kind of one of those things that men get into, and it's just like, all right, bye. And it took a long time. I know something that really nice. And
you think so?
And
it just looks so different.
It's tough. It's really tough. But
there's this one.
I like that. That's why. I really like that. But yeah, that was an area that I was really weak in. And it took me a lot of years to start taking steps forward. And honestly, I'm still taking steps forward today.
Good.
I just got to a point this year actually where I give certain people calls more frequently, where I even call my mom once a week.
Sweet.
And my brother actually just called me for the first time ever last week.